For years, it's ruled the comic section of the paper. You've seen the drama.
You do realize, don't you, that minimum wage is not a goal?
You've seen them sing.
Oh, no, Diva!
Loretta's high notes have been known to break Tupperware.
You've seen the epic action sequences.
Those are Leroy's usual coordinates.
Now, you can see it like you've never seen it before. Leroy and Loretta have battled each other for years.
What's that, Leroy? I can't hear you over that jacket.
But how will they react to their greatest nemesis yet? Godzilla.
Loretta, I didn't know that your mother was starring in films.
Watch as they party.
Leroy's so unpredictable. I never know whether he'll act like a fool, a jerk, or an idiot.
They'll hack computers.
There is another key complaint from your mother.
They'll get into high-speed chases.
You really shouldn't be too upset, Leroy. I ran over the lawnmower.
And there's even a love story.
Oh, Leroy was supposed to take me out to eat tonight, but the coupon expired.
Connie Morcom is Loretta. Fred Wyman is Leroy. With special guest appearances from the Harlem Globetrotters and Jeffy from the Family Circus. This film is not yet rated.
There's a connection. There's a connection. Every year at this ceremony, the Student Arts Festival Planning Committee identifies a Stony Brook alum who's invited back to the campus to be recognized for his or her outstanding achievements and accomplishments in the arts. And this year, we're very pleased to honor Mr. John Reiner. John is a 1978 psychology major graduate who was, while he was preparing to begin his Stony Brook studies back then, that he met Mort Drucker, who some of you may know has been very involved with the great Mad magazine. And Mort told John that when he came to Stony Brook, he encouraged John to become an illustrator and that he should join the campus newspaper to get his work out there. So during his first year at Stony Brook, John did just that. He followed Mr. Drucker's advice and joined our campus newspaper, Statesman. John got a call from a local area resident by the name of Joe Simon, who just happened to be the co-creator of Captain America. And more coincidentally, Mr. Simon's son, Jim, was a student here at Stony Brook, who saw John's work in Statesman and told his father about this great illustrator that had work done in the student newspaper here. So this connection put John on the path of having a busy freelance career upon graduating. In the years after Stony Brook, he worked at Marvel Comics and at Newsday. And then in 1984, he met Bill and Bunny Host, the creators of the world-famous comic strip, The Lockhorns. And John started working with them as an assistant in 1986, and by 1988, due to Mr. Host's failing health, John took over the illustration chair for the Lockhorns comic strip. So now, 31 years later, John's body of work with the Lockhorns and the other features that highlight his resume and portfolio put him on the top tier of comic illustrators working in the field today. And John's work, covered with the pioneering work of Bill Host, has resulted in the creation of over 26,000 panels of the Lockhorns, coupled with another 11,000 features. And all that work has found a new home in the alma mater of Bunny Host, which is our neighbor, Adelphi University. So John Reiner has been honored by his colleagues and peers as one of the country's most prestigious and leading illustrators. And today, his Stony Brook family adds our congratulations and recognition of John for a lifetime of outstanding artistic achievement. I'd like to ask Matthew Colson of our alumni office to join me in the presentation. So what I'd like to do right now is to welcome to the podium the person we've just been talking about, Stony Brook graduate, 1978, John Reiner.
Thank you. As a distinguished alumnus, which I for many years took to mean that I was just currently employed, really is something that I'm very proud of the fact that it all started here at Stony Brook. It was an extraordinary experience, and what I wanted to say is that there's an enormous amount of talent in this room. I'm hoping that many of you seriously consider going into a creative field as a profession. It can be done, and I would seriously encourage it. The fact is, when I started, the paradox was they wouldn't hire you unless you had experience, and you can't get experience unless someone's willing to hire you. And this is where we were able to get hired, so we did a lot of work here. The number of people who went from statesman to professional careers is too long to mention, but they are extraordinarily talented people still working in the fields today. I really think the best thing is that this campus has so many wonderful things to offer, and especially in the arts, and I would encourage you to take advantage of it, because the arts has always been, at least in my experience, under attack and being diminished in high schools and colleges around the country. This is, besides the fact you're paying for it, you might as well take advantage of it. But it's extraordinary, and I've been a big beneficiary of that. So thank you very much for this honor and so forth, and I just want to say, really, this is a great honor for me and wonderful, talented people, so thank you very much.